Hi family, welcome to my channel God in the Home. My name is Nadine and as always, I'm happy to be here with you guys. To you my subscribers, thank you so much. To all of you who are newly subscribed to the channel, I really do appreciate it. I've seen you and I want to just thank you. Thank you for my regular subscribers who have been there from the very beginning. And thank you for the feedback also that I have been getting in some of the videos that have been posted. So guys, I continue to, welcome your company every single time. And yeah, we keep one another company and we touch base and all of these things. So I hope that all of you have been having a great week so far. Remember, whatever it is, God will take care of it. If it is that there are things that, mountains that you face and all of these things, remember that we serve a God who can move mountains. Never forget that, guys. So if you're tired to stand up, go on your knees and fight your battles. All right? He is the foundation on which we build. Okay? So let us just know so we have the right man on the job. Now today, families, I want to talk about, you see the topic that I have. And it's specifically for us now, the wives and the wives to be, if you see yourself, if you're not yet married and that is your intention and one day within your heart, this is your desire. And if it is God's will for you to become someone's wife one of these days, then this is also for you. All right. So we're just going to talk about the things right here. So no. So are you your husband's biggest cheerleader or his worst nightmare? Which category do you fit in? I certainly don't want to be my husband's worst nightmare, So I try my best. In any case, I believe that I've always been my husband's biggest cheerleader. Yeah, me think so. You can't say otherwise because me always there. You get what me I say? Alright, nobody is not there cheering him on. I am there cheering him on. Okay? But yes, guys, you that are watching, especially my wives, my sisters, even if you're not married yet, but you have to prepare yourself because this is for you to take notes, learn. Are you your husband's biggest cheerleader or his worst nightmare? Which one would you want to be classified as? We're going to be starting by reading Proverbs 18 and verse 22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. So, when a man finds a wife, he has found a treasure. For his wife is a gift from God to bring him joy and pleasure. Yes, as a wife, our purpose, one of our main goals is to bring our husband joy and pleasure in more ways than one. Okay? And I'm talking now, you see the husband them, the good up husband them were just, upright in the Lord, the goodly, godly husband them will treat them wife nice, respect her and all of these things. And it vice versa, I think that's how it go, too. Because yes, we cannot expect to get good treatment wife and we not give the good treatment. So the good treatment, it go both ways, it got hand in hand. But when you have a husband who is a good and upstanding, godly person, good up husband, as me say, we are a gift from God to him. So therefore, we're supposed to bring him much joy and pleasure. So I bring up this topic because guess what, guys? I was reading in Proverbs. And I come upon some things in a Proverbs, my dear child. When last did I read Proverbs? Proverbs have a lot of things in there, for life, as it relates to the role of husband, the role of wife, the role of mother. Take a time. When you have time, just take time and go into Proverbs and read Proverbs. And I come across some verses in there. And I said, no, man, I need to bring these to my family, you know. Let me share it with my other wives them and we see which one of the bracket them we fall into to see if we, you know, we are our husband's biggest cheerleader or we are his worst nightmare. You see, my take on this thing is, before I go to the passage, they always say behind every successful man is a good woman. I want to think that that is true. Because when you have your husband, the support that he gets from his wife is very important to him. It is very important to him because your husband whole aim is to really to please you as his wife, to make you happy, to make you comfortable. And if he, as long as what he's doing is upright, you know, and it is a good thing to benefit you. It is nothing illegal, nothing wrong and all of these things. It is upright in the sight of God and the sight of man too, you know. And as long as he's doing something like that, and especially as it relates to building the family, we should stand by our husband and give them as much support. And even if they try at something and it failed the first time or so, don't kill it with words. Because words are very powerful, you know. The words, there is life and death in the tongue. So don't kill the effort with words. Be there. Give him the word of encouragement and all these things. You know, because when your husband get this, it's like it is, the encouragement from a wife to a husband is like when you put gasoline into a car. Because you can have the car there and it having the engine and, you know, the gas tank and all of that. But if it's empty, then the car can't move. So you now have to be the fuel. You know, where we get it going, get him going and all of these kind of things. Yes, man. So, you know, him feel like you have him back. Yes, my husband can tell you. All when if him feel like him don't really like him can, him now or it now go look here, me's a bag of positivity behind him. All when me can't see the end of the road neither, you know, I am a bag of positivity behind him because if you speak positive around your husband and him feel good and whatever, you will feel good too. Because once your husband feel good, you feel good. Yeah. And it go the other way too, you know, husband. So even though I'm focusing on the wives right now, it go the other way too. We need the motivation and the encouragement and them kind of things. We need it to it's one and watch the other. So let me get to the Bible verse right here. So you also, and as it relates to the words I was saying, sometimes if a word's not nice neither, because as I said, we're supposed to be saying words to uplift. If a word's not nice, then it's coming like it's going to poison your relationship, kill your husband's spirit. It just kill everything in him. Yes. So we have to just watch this. And I am a woman and I know we're full of mouth. You see this? We're very lippy. And we will say some things. Yes, and it will hurt to the core. We have to be mindful of the things that we say because instead of building up, we will tear down. And as I said, build up and tear down. Proverbs 14 and verse 1, it says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish woman plucketh it down with her own hands. So you see why it's important to be that kind of positive force behind or alongside with our husband. Yes, because if he's trying his utmost best and all we are there is criticizing and finding the fault and just, you know, going off about it, instead of our words help to build up and to uplift, words are going to tear down. So it's like no matter what the man do, it's like nothing. You get what I say? It's like him can't please we. So we ourselves can be our own what you call it, destruction to our household, to our marriage, if we're not careful of the things that we say and that we do. I am not saying that the men don't have part to play in this, but again I say, and I'm talking specifically to my wives now and the wives to be. Yes, we have to be careful on these kind of things. So yes, if the wise woman, she build it up and she build it up in more ways than one. Positive thinking, positive talking, positive action, them kind of things. You know, mash up your house with certain things. And then as me continue to read Proverbs, people, I come around here so to Proverbs chapter 21 now. And in verse 9 it says, it is better to dwell in a corner of a house top than with a brawling woman in a wide house. You get what me I say? So it has said to the man, it is better to dwell in the corner of a house top than with a brawling woman in a wide house. And as I read further, I realize says, so far that I read, I don't read all of it, but so far, me book it up again. It's 2 times this verse is in Proverbs. Because here it is in chapter 21. But then when I come on here, so now in chapter 25 and verse 24, it says it again. It is better to dwell in the corner of a house top than with a brawling woman in a wide house. So can you imagine? Right, I say no, just I say no, because the way sometimes as women, we nag the man. It's like nothing that him can do it good. It's like we find fault with every single thing. Instead of being his cheerleader, we turn out to be his worst nightmare. So, them kind of thing, so now it is saying, it rather the man stay outside and the house top people. Where it cold and breeze a blow a rain a fall and sun a beat him and storm a box him all about. When man comfort than to stay inside with a wife who nag him go and nag him come. Morning, noon and night. You can imagine which side we want upon the cheerleader or the nightmare side. Me no want them at the nightmare bracket at all. And then now when I come on here, so now it said, still in chapter 21 now, in verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness. When we read this, we say, It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. My mercy. That one is hot and that one is solid. The wilderness, it is better. It is better to go live in the wilderness than to live into a house with a contentious and an angry woman. You know, and then I look for contentious. What contentious mean when they say you're a contentious wife? He said this is a wife who insists on being a difficult person for her husband to live with. And she start argument with her husband, and it is absolutely impossible for him to win the argument. So no matter how him try, him not go win the argument. Because she just always that kind of a person to make life difficult. It's like she set out on purpose to make her husband life difficult. You don't want to be that kind of wife. And that kind of wife, no man. When me read it, me I say, mercy. If you can live in a wilderness, that mean it bad. It stay bad. So them something here in a Proverbs, guys. And more things in there too. So when I buck it up, I say, no man, me have to come. Me have to come talk it and we talk about this thing here. Because, and I now say the man them, because you have some man where we nag too, but me know a woman, we full of talk. So it more on the woman's side. So it's not about one he say and a she say thing. I who know better go do better. Is who know better going to do better. So there's a lot of things in there, how we should be as wives, how we should be as husband, how we should raise the children, all of them kind of thing here. But today, wives and wives to be, let us be seen as our husband's biggest cheerleader and not his worst nightmare. Don't let him get to the point where he regret the day that he ever says, I do. Let the for better or the worse, let the worst part not be because I was his nightmare all his life. Let us not be that contentious person who is always angry and bitter and think the Bible said better to live in a wilderness than to live with somebody like that. Can you imagine? No, sir. And we're not for nag with husband. Be there, that support, be behind them and give criticism but constructive and in a nice and kind way, please. Not like he's a know-it-all and is what I say and is what I say and whatever I say, that is what goes. No. And I'm talking now when you have the nice, decent, as I say, good up husband them. That respect you, that treat you good and all these things. Do back the good things them for them. Play your part as a godly wife. All right, family? Yes. So that is it for now. So what do you think, guys? Me make sense, me I talk truth or me not talk truth. I remember, and I really me say them things that is not me. Me add in my little, my part, but the Bible, me read from the Bible what the Bible say. So it's not me make up it. It in there. So, if you're contentious, you need to talk to the Father. If you're one who tear down your house instead of build it up as a wife, you need to talk to the Father. If you is one that have a problem to nag and you can't control the tongue, you need to talk to the Father. There is nothing impossible for him to do. Power of the life and death is in the tongue. There is power in there. Okay? So, there's nothing too hard for God to do. So if we're having any trouble in them area there, he can help us. All right, guys? Yes, because I'm sure he wants to see our marriage flourish and prosper. And especially once we put him in the center of it. And if we have him in the center of it, we're not going to have no time to be contentious, to be brawling, to be cussy, to go out of our way to ensure so we make the man life miserable. You get what I say? And then we end up alone and we blame the man. Sometimes the man them do things to me, nah, same no do me nah. But me know say sometimes we're not innocent. We do things too. And you say especially, as I mentioned in a video before where I talk about the menopause symptoms them and so. Me know how it can go sometimes when we get angry and so, but we have to watch the things that we say because words, once spoken, you can't take them back. The damage is already done. So we have to try our best to learn how to control ourselves, control the temper, control the tongue. Okay? All right, guys. Until next time, I will see you again on God in the Home. Bye.